Okay, so welcome back to my channel. All that shit. I'm pissed the fuck off. Actually, I'm actually mad at the level of this region, this LTA region. I want to call it the LCS, whatever you want to call it, LTA North region on day one. I'm so fucking upset that this is what I had to turn on. This is the first game. This is what I had to turn on and watch. Like, I actually cannot believe the garbage that I had to see. And it starts in draft. Like, first off, I want to talk about this matchup real quick. This matchup, FlyQuest obviously is going to be favored in this matchup for Shopify. But Shopify, you went with these veterans. You've picked up 3 LCS champions on this team. Your support previously, at one point, beat Korea at Worlds, okay? It's not like you're pulling up with scrubs. You're here with good players, okay? Your whole top side at one point in their career was arguably considered the best player at their position, and you're pulling up to this game. You should be playing it to win, and I can't fucking believe what you guys did. Right? It's actually insane. It's actually insane what was done here. Look at this garbage. Look at this draft garbage.
Yeah,
okay,
so a little bit of fear leaking in.
Oh my god, I'm gonna skip forward because I don't care. Okay, so we banned Kalista. I understand that. Okay, I guess we're not. But look at these bans. Okay, we're banning Zyra, Vi, and Kalista. Right? So we're leaving up Skarner. Okay, every fucking person in this game knows that the only counter to Skarner is Ivern, and who is the best Ivern player in North America? It's Inspired. Okay, now. Second of all, Ivern as a playstyle is pretty good in contracts. Who likes to be really active early, and Ivern doesn't, right? And you know that FlyQuest doesn't like to be really active early, okay? And so, obviously, if Skarner is left up here and you pick Skarner, they're going to take Ivern. Obviously, they're not going to ban Skarner here because they want the Ivern trade here. It's so fucking obvious. And yet here we are banning Vi and Zyra. God himself does not know why we banned Vi and Zyra here. God himself doesn't know. Let's see what happens, though. Let's see.
That's the number one thing I was noting.
Jace ban makes sense. Cassante ban makes sense.
On the red side
this season.
The only ban that's all makes sense. Oh, look, we first picked Skarner anyway. Why are we first picking Skarner when they can just first pick fucking, we can just take, right here, take the Ivern, okay? Everybody knows they're going to do this. I know this. Fucking, literally every single person in the goddamn world knew what was going to happen here, okay? This is exactly what FlyQuest want. How long did you have to prepare for this match? And this is what you came up with for draft plans? Like, you had to know that these champions might get banned against you. You had to know that if you pick Skarner, they're going to pick Ivern, and yet you just give it to them again. I actually cannot believe what
it is going to be left up, and it is going to be grabbed immediately.
Is that have a good
quest? Use this to
of course. Instant Ivern. Wow. Who would have saw that coming? First off, if you guys are really worried about Vi, just take the Vi, dude. Just ban Ivern. They're going to ban Skarner, and you can just pick the Vi. If you think Vi is such a problem, you play Vi. Contracts plays Vi. He beat G2 on Vi. Like, what are we doing here?
Success last year in Summer Split, where it started having to just be chain berries and just buffing them up.
So they now have the best AD and and one of the best junglers that hard counters your jungler. I don't know how you've managed to fuck this up already, but you know what? It's still salvageable. You can still salvage this. Let's see what you do, okay? Let's see what you do. Okay, you've realized now, well, now our team fighting is fucked because they have Ivern, right? Who's like the best team fighting jungler in the game, and he counters our jungler. So let's see what they do.
With that
Ivern, let's see
it felt like it was
what they do
to beat
here.
them in team fights when they
just need Var, and you know that
okay, Varus is good. Like, this is completely fine. I like Varus. Varus is good. He's really strong right now.
Period, right? Like, he performed really...
What? We're blinding Jax here? We're blinding Jax for fudge here. That's what we're doing. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Shopify. Jax is not even good right now. Jax is like a B tier champion right now. Jax is not good. If you're really good at Jax, you can play Jax. Even fucking Doran is losing on Jax. Jax is not good. I don't know why we're locking Jax here. Like, Jax is not good into Ivern either. What the fuck are we doing? I understand you're like, okay, so this has got to be the reasoning, right? This is the only thing that I can think is the reasoning right here. It's like, okay, well, they have got Ivern. They want a team fight. Let's pick a split pusher, okay? Let's pick a split pusher. Okay, well, number one, if you want to play a split pusher, picking your top lane split pusher here doesn't make any sense because not only can they counter it, but you don't get the bans, right? You can't ban 2 guys out and then blind your top laner. You just stuck blinding him. Number 2, like I said, it's not even good here. Number 3, it's not even a good champion here. And number 4, you can't flex it. If you really wanted to pick a split pusher here, which is one of the options, just take Ambessa. Like, I'm sure Fudge plays Ambessa, and Palafox also probably plays Ambessa, so you're flexing it. Like, just take the fucking Ambessa here, guys. Like, I don't know, it's really not that hard, okay? Like, I don't know what we're doing. Bluepo doesn't even have a large tank pool. Secondly, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when they pick this Jax.
With the atom from the bottom lane,
Hey, wow, Whippo Urgot. Okay, so let's see. Obviously, we knew this matchup was coming. Whippo playing Urgot, it's not like this is like his most played champion last year. They literally have every single thing they want right now. They've got the best AD. They've got... Also, Ashe is really good against Contracts, again, who wants to be really active early. So I don't know why we want to play into Ashe with our very active early game jungler. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And then we've got... Oh my god. And then we've got a matchup that their top laner likes on one of his best champions. What are we doing? And it's not even like, normally one of the problems with Urgot, it is not that good of a champion. But we've picked a shit champion ourselves, so it doesn't even matter. It's tank meta right now. You could have picked a tank. If you wanted to pick you could have picked Ambessa. Rumble is still up. Like, if you want to go with the Wombo combo, you just Wombo the They picked double immobile. You could have gone Rumble. Rumble is really good into Ashe and Ivern. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're fucking doing here. This is insane to me.
I really like how
you pick the Rumble. Then you can, honestly, what you should have done here is you should have just picked Rel, who's the best support in the game, and they've already got, once again, 2 immobile characters. Like, I don't know why Rel wasn't picked here. What is Jax? What are we doing with this pick?
this draft is kind of playing out.
And
for
we're going to see in the game, Whippo just shits on him. He just shits on Fudge. So if you knew that Fudge couldn't win this matchup, right? If you knew, like, and you know what? It's not even like that that Fudge tries to win it and he loses. It's like he doesn't even try to win it and he gets smashed. Okay, like, it's one thing if you pick this matchup thinking, okay, well, Fudge is telling me he's going to win this matchup. He's going to play aggressive. He's going to win it. But that's not what happens. Fudge is playing like he's playing Ornn, and he's just trying to survive the lane and outscale. And it's like, sure, you technically outscale, but if you wanted to do that, why the fuck are you picking Jax, who's not even good right now, who doesn't even scale that well as a split pusher? Like, what are we doing right now?
Where they started out.
I'm like, I can't believe it. Okay, let's see what we ban here. Okay, Braum ban makes sense. They have Ashe. They've got Disengage. Okay, makes sense.
Into Braum, a Braum counter
Look,
pick.
Wow, it's like they realized, okay, well, we're weak to the Wombo combo because we've got double immobile guys saying they can get womboed, and they banned 2 of them. Okay, you could have gone Rakan. If you'd rather Rakan over Rel, that's fine too. If you're confident in Zeyzal as a Rakan, I don't really know what Zeyzal plays these days. He probably plays both those champs, but Rel is the best support in the game, so you could have just locked in fucking Rel. But look at this. Wow.
And you would...
Wait, let's see what the ban is.
Right, and we are...
Azir? We're banning Azir here? We've already picked one champion that can dodge auto attacks. And we're banning Azir.
Still seeing double...
We want to play split push. Okay, which is going to be a lot of, like, melees. Azir would have been good for us. If they pick Azir, we could pick one of these champions like Akali. We could pick one of these champions like, if you want to play the Sylas matchup, because they've already got Ashe on the team, right? Like, we could pick one of these side lane champions to punish it. We could pick the LeBlanc. That's good for us. We need to snowball early and punish these side lanes. We can't let them get into these 5v5 team fights where they're stacking up dragons and we have to fight them there. But look, wow.
Marksman sometimes get worried about that potential.
And of course,
this 4th pick of
Quad Orianna. Wow. Or sorry, Quad Cassio. So now we've given Whippo Urgot, Quad Cassio, Inspired Ivern, and Ashe, the best ADC in the game, who counters our jungler. What in the world was the thought process here? Like, there clearly wasn't. There was clearly zero smart thought process here. Like, it looks like you did not plan a single thing. It really looks like you came into this game with zero planning. Like, I don't know how this is fucking allowed. This is the first game of the goddamn year, and this is the plan you've come in with? Like,
of the
dude, like, Bluepo said it after the game. Like, they just gave, like, he tweeted out, yeah, they just gave us everything. Yeah, because you just fucking did. Like, what are these bans? What are these picks?
draft, and they will lock in.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look, you're playing double short range. You're playing 2 melees and a short range AD and a Cassio. Wow. Who would have saw that coming? And then Rel's still up and you lock Leona? Like,
In the Cassio P.
I understand you don't want to play Rel into Cassio because you're worried about the miasma. But then you should have just banned fucking Cassio like you just should have done instead of Azir. And to be honest, Braum isn't even that big of a deal. I understand the Braum ban, but this ban Braum Cassio here. Why are we banning Azir? Azir is good for you.
Yeah, for quad.
I mean, the new name
Oh
of
my
the league,
God,
but still,
dude.
it's going to be a strange
And then
thing.
Leona,
lot of
like,
extra moves.
Jesus Christ. And then we've got Leona, who's not doing anything. Unironic, like, I don't know. The draft's already over. The draft, like, it's basically over already. But let's see what you do here. Okay, now, look at this. We're hovering Talia.
With, you know, engaging.
We're hovering LeBlanc. Because once again, the only way you can win this game is if you can get into the side lanes and pressure them in the side lanes. That's the only way you can win. Right now, you're going to have losing bot because they've got Ashe and counterpick support. So we already know we're losing bot. We've got losing jungle. And we've got losing top. So we have every single losing lane now and a worse comp. I don't know how you manage this. I don't know how you fucking manage this. But you know what? The one salvaging thing you can do right now is you can pick a champion that can make plays and that can side lane. Like Talia, like LeBlanc, and let's see what happens.
Also, walking straight at the Cassio, you know, as the Skarner, if Skarner's coming through the wall, you can just throw down your
See what
W.
happens.
It's
Vagar
very,
makes
very
0
difficult
sense. I don't know
for
why
Skarner
that's
to
being
deal with,
covered.
for Leona to deal with even as well. Vagar would be
Hui.
interesting. Hui does.
And they lock in Hui. And you know what? I understand why Hui was locked here. Because they were like, well, we have losing matchups everywhere. Let's at least get one winning matchup. Hui is a winning matchup into Cassio. But if you were so worried about winning the mid lane matchup, why didn't you ban the guy's best fucking champion? Nobody knows why. Nobody fucking knows why. And now we're looking at this like, holy shit. But now we've just picked a team fight comp, a full 5-on-5 comp into Ivern, Ashe, Cassio, Urgot. What are we doing?
Makes
Into
sense.
the best team fighting team in the league. Like, I can't believe this. It's like you didn't even watch Palafox play for the last fucking I don't know how many years. Like, these guys play side lane. They play side lane, Contracts gets picks. Like, I don't know what you guys were doing. There's a reason Jason Yono are getting banned first rotation against you every game because they're scared of those flexes. Like, I don't know what you're doing. The other team is telling you what they're scared of, and still you can't figure it out.
And
Like,
so
this
you
is
get a little bit
insane.
of range here into the Cassio. The Cassio is more of a. I talk along.
Oh my god! And then they get Rel, and then they
All right,
wait a minute,
same
and now they
bucket as
also
like
have
now.
the best team fight support and just the best support in general in the game. Like, it's completely insane that this happened. It's so insane that this is the draft. Like, it's like you designed a losing draft. It's like you went into your draft prep and you were like, how can we lose this game as fast as possible? That is quite literally what it looks like you did. Like, I can't. Also, you've got Palafox playing Hui, which I'm not saying he can't play Hui. He plays it actually pretty good in this game, but this is not his style. He's a playmaker, dude. Like, what are we doing here? We should be setting up our best players, and Palafox actually plays a pretty good series considering the fact that he's put in the worst positions of all time. But we should be putting these people in positions to play their best styles. And instead, what we've got going on is we've got the worst draft of all time. We've got our weak side top laner, and I'm going to call him that because in both games, he plays like he's playing Ornn. He's just there to soak up pressure, like he used to do at the end on C9, which I'm very surprised about. I thought Fudge was going to come back with a fire trying to, like, actually win the lane so that somebody on this damn team was trying to win. But that's not what's happening. And again, if this, you just said, all right, Fudge is going to win this matchup, that's fine. But he's not even
I'll
trying.
fight for
And
me
we'll
right
see.
now.
Once we get into the
I
match.
think we need to. Things went awry there.
These guys are
Look at this.
championship.
Look at this bullshit.
You know, you've got returning Fudge, returning to the
I-
league. Contracts with Palafox kind of getting picked up and like salvage.
Like, are you guys expecting the lane? Like,
Staying in the league here.
Championship winners, right?
Yeah.
And Shopify has.
If they've got that magic that they had on energy.
We know, Shopify is a
Like,
team that has that incredibly
is
high
this?
hype. These
Okay.
guys are championship winners, right?
so you've
And
lane swapped
Shopify-
now. Were you expecting them to lane swap? Like, you picked this blind jacks when you know Blippo's going to play Urgot. You've picked this bot lane, and you saw Ashe already. You could have taken Ashe. Like,
has not been in the
and you go for this
to
lane
go
swap
for
play.
to try to build on that, to try
So
to
you're
move
basically
forward
saying,
here
okay,
and
we're
have
not trying to
this
win these
exclusive-
lanes.
It's an early shot.
Swaps.
we're trying to trade. We're going to put our split pusher, who is our win condition, by the way. This guy is our win condition because we've drafted team fight into their full team fight comp into the best team fight team in the league. And now we're trying to say, actually, no, we're going to lane swap so that our split pusher gets fucked and our Varus gets fed, right? Our Varus, who's not going to be able to do anything in this game because he's playing a mobile short range into Ashrel, Cassio, and Urgot. Like, what are we thinking here?
Dive, cannon min of coming a bit.
Who came
more
up with this idea? Like, I'm so serious. Who came up with this idea?
Yeah, I mean, they're more experienced. Things
And then they go
difficult.
for and then on top of that, the call was, wait a minute, let's level 3 dive Urgot in season 15 when it doesn't even matter if our Varus gets ahead. What in the world are we thinking?
We can see that the route.
And you know what? I'm going to sidebar here because I actually think that Reven did a pretty good job with Shopify in the previous splits. I thought he did actually a pretty decent job. He made tough decisions with the roster, and he made them look like a competent team. But this is fucking embarrassing.
has already moved out towards top to cover this dive.
If this doesn't go,
Like this is not even that good of a dive, and you're playing Comet. You're playing Comet Varus on this dive too. Let's point that out. We're playing
well, this will
Comet
be a
Varus.
disaster here for Shopify. Zazel taking a whole ton of damage here from the turret. Whippo is still A-OK.
And look,
Busio ready to
wow. And now your game is fucking
Zazel
over
burning
again.
Down. Not only does it not work, not only does Zazel lose both Summoner Spell,
Because we have the worst setup of all time in the draft. So we have no plays. So we try to force this play because what Contracts does, he makes plays early. That's what your jungler does.
sitting there watching a movie in the brush for the last 60 seconds, not
inspired like that.
And it's not like we could do anything by
I
it.
mean, honestly,
It's so
it feels
insane,
like both
man.
teams walk worse if
And they knew this was coming. They clearly, their prep is so much better than yours. Clearly, they saw this coming a million miles away with the ward, with the rel base. Like, it's so insane, man, that these teams are in the same league. They're making it look like you don't even belong in the same league as them. That is what they're making it look like. Like, and honestly, the way you're drafting and set up this game plan, some people on that staff really don't. Like, if this shit is not fixed week 2, and it looks like this again, I legitimately believe there needs to be a conversation immediately about whether Reven is gone. Because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for everybody who is a fan of this region, that this is what you came to the game day with.
if Zazel had both of them,
Teams don't even
And the game,
survive.
like,
he had.
So now a game that was already 90-10 is now 95-5 because you have no
talk
no
a
abilities
lot
to make
about
plays.
some of his specialties.
And your Hui is not even winning lane because, newsflash, you gave the best laning mid laner in the entire region his best champion, and then said, all right, we're going to win that lane anyway, and that's the only lane we're going to win. Like, what were we thinking? What were we thinking? There was no plan here.
To go in on.
Like,
yeah, 2v2 up here in the top side, but most of the
cannot
damage
believe
absorbed
that
by
this
the
is what's
tanky
happening.
support, so
I'm going to turn this down.
not really anything too
Holy.
crazy happening. Inspired.
Okay,
is
this,
backing up towards the top
he's
of the map
trading a
yet
little
again.
bit. We've got Skarner down here.
Brawl with Whippo a little bit down here in the
Like, the worst part about this is that they don't even play that bad considering how horrible the situation is. That's the worst part about this. Like, from watching this game, I legitimately believe if there was real prep gone into this game, if they had real strategy and real draft prep, like, this would be a real series. That's the worst part. At times, they're out fighting them. Like, and they make some good plays.
The first tower feat, which
Oh, wow.
yes, more than feet.
And now we've lost both objectives in this game. Like, dude, this game is so fucking over. I don't even know why.
B-boy might look for one more, can't quite get the snipe.
Like, this is a great roam, actually.
Away from the piercing arrow. Palafox
Like, this
just
is a great play. Even on Hui, he's doing this. Imagine if this was LeBlanc. Imagine if he just was LeBlanc and got 2 kills. And all of a sudden, the game is real. The game is live. You actually have something you can do. There's actually a real thing that can be done here. Like,
manages to get the
were you
kill.
worried about Maokai support being picked on 5? Like, I can't even understand what was
The
happening.
2-0 game.
Still great.
Right
Put it on
there.
the board.
Wow, your roaming playmaking mid is doing it on Hui.
We're starting.
Play there might have gone
Also left in the
And he's basically the only way you can win this game now because you've drafted this 5-5 team comp, but he really can't even do it.
Great engage from Busio, and then our flash.
They've got
And this is like,
all here, and it starts out.
okay, well this one is like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest, Shopify. From everything I've seen, your worst player is this guy B-Boy. So I don't know why we're spending everything trying to get in my head. I get 80 carries a broken roll, but what are we doing? Look at what this guy does here. This is the only time I'm gonna attack the macro because mostly I'm upset with the coaching.
That is going to be everything. That's going to be the feats. They've got 3 kills.
But look at this. Look at this.
They've got.
Look at this. This is your bot lane that you're playing for. Just actively taking a 2v3. Just starting a 2v3, right? Your Scorner is not near enough to this. Ivern is right here. I get that your Hui is coming down. Ivern is, but they're not here yet. They're not here yet. And not only are you forcing this 2v3 that obviously they're going to want to take, but you're using Varus ults right here on Rel. What? Dude, I mean, this is just
support.
Yeah.
And then Zazel like, wait, oh yeah, we were supposed to do this. We were supposed to hit the 80 carry.
And watch Quad though.
But
over the wall.
Oh, imagine if right now
He was spotted, but they did.
we had.
Defeats. They've got 3 kills.
Imagine if right here we had Varus ult. If we didn't Varus ult the Rel. Okay, I'm done with. But to be fair, if we knew B-Void can't play Varus because the ult is one of the biggest parts, we shouldn't have picked it. I don't know why we're picking it if this is how he's playing Varus. But
yeah, and watch Quad though over the wall.
He misses E. I mean, this is just
spotted, but
this is just atrocious. I can't watch it again.
Objective.
This is just one of the worst games. Like,
But none of the playmakers
this is the first game of the new season, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. These people. I can't. Like, you want to talk about paycheck stealing? This looks like paycheck stealing, and I don't like to say that, but goddamn, this looks like paycheck stealing. And I thought Reven did a good job before, but what the fuck was this? Maybe he doesn't know how to like. Oh my god, I'm gonna get in the interviews too. So
Going to get some still remaining efficient here on Ivern.
like the game is over. The game is literally over. Like after that lost fight, the game is actually over. Like like what are you gonna do? How are you contesting space with this team? How? Whoever walks in gets CC'd in one shot. Like, and you have nobody who could start fights from long range except sort of Leona. And you can't win front to back because they have Ivern. Like, it's just gross, man. It's just gross. And you're not able to get any flanks because you don't have any winning lanes. So you're not pressuring anything. Look at Fudge. Look at Fudge in this lane. He's down 20 CS. He's sitting at his turret, basically giving up for the game. He's saying, the game's over. He's already gone next. He's not trying to win anymore.
But he is getting chipped.
The whole team is like, I guess we're contesting this dragon because our coach said we can win a team fight with range advantage on Hui. No, you can't. No, you can't because they're going to control the river the entire fucking game because you have no winning lanes and no pressure anywhere. What you needed to do here, if you would, you got to get Jax in the game at least just cross-map this guy. Because then we just lose, wow, we lose the turret and we just lose our Drake for nothing. Dude, like, what are we doing? But you know what? This is so bad. This is so bad macro and decision making by this team. But I almost don't blame them because the game feels suffocating. The game feels so suffocating for them right now. They have no good plays. They figure out later they can just make plays on Buffalo on the side lane in the next game. I don't know why we're not doing it in this game, except for the fact that we picked Hui. If we had LeBlanc, we just go kill him. Or we'd have pressure in one of the lanes because we'd have a 2-0 LeBlanc from that roam. And we'd have the abilities to make plays. But we have nothing. We have literally nothing. Nice steal by Contracts. But this is the look, we're team fighting. There's our Hui, our counter pick Hui. It's over. There's nothing they can do. It's so insane. Like, it's so insane. The game is over.
Quad's ready to make the big flank come in, but Whippo might
look at this. Look at that. The fighting is not even bad. Like, look at Palafox play. Like, he's actually doing good. He's cooking them. Oh, but here comes Quad and his Casio. 1v3. Like, that's the crazy part, is that mechanically it looks like they can hang. It's just they've been put in this horrendous position, so they can never play the game. It's so insane. And this is FlyQuest on their best champions. Like, I can't believe this.
That arrow comes.
Okay, give and take there on the.
Like, I actually cannot believe this.
1Q
Was the one that kind of made him play style, right? He's really going to play his game.
Like, the game's over. Like, the game is quite literally over. I'm about to go to the next game.
That ulti to make an even trade, but it does not happen.
Like, yeah, they figured out, oh, we can just pick Whip one side. Should have figured that out before you threw a whole...
Just no damage. Nearby, Quad and Masu.
But I'm going to put part of this on coaching because... I'm going to put this in the coaching and the players. Because, okay, so clearly the coach told them they can team fight. Clearly they did, even though they can't. Clearly they were told they can team fight. And they were not given accurate representation of how this game was going to play out. Like, it was so obvious, man.
Try and get anything else, and they actually lose out a bit on tempo because
it's so crazy.
Very classic macro here from FlyQuest. So even though they lose,
camped all game.
Yeah, I mean, they just. There's no point in watching these other fights. And now we go to game 2. Oh my goodness, game 2. Game 2. Okay, so game 2, we select blue side again. Again, we've selected blue side. So they're banning Kalista on red side this game. So they are worried about the B-Boy Kalista.
They do not have to be banned. They cannot be picked.
Okay.
So we're going to be seeing
Zyra. Apparently, you're really scared of this guy, Zyra.
Best of 3
Sure.
fields isn't the craziest thing ever because you don't have to rotate through game over
Corky, no idea why this is being banned.
game.
Poppy, okay. You want to play Dash Champions. Cool. So you banned Poppy. You banned Poppy first rotation. So obviously you want to play Engage. You're like, okay, well we didn't have enough good ways to engage. Let's just ban the Poppy. Cool, that's fine.
To me, it just is a bit more
Sure.
interesting.
It also kind of solves the thing that you just, even if we have to.
Okay. Again, with the Jace Yone, they're telling you exactly what they're scared of. They're telling you they're spelling it out for you. They're just saying, guys, we're really scared of Palafox, Fudge, melee champion side lanes. Like, that's what we're scared of. We're really scared of it. We're a team fight. We're a team fight team. We want to just make you team fight us.
To see it every series.
Okay.
It's only one.
Cassante first pick. I don't hate it. Again, rumbles up. Whatever. You want to go Cassante? This is fine. Fudge plays a lot of Cassante. I'm okay with this Cassante pick. Very flexible. Very strong champion. Cool.
Series.
This is
and then we
fine.
still get to see something else. So he was banned out.
Let's see.
Somebody wants to play something.
Oh, there's Mbessa. Imagine if you'd taken it away last game. It would make this Cassante pick way better, wouldn't it?
Really
but sure.
Wacky, like a Garen or a
This isn't the end of the world.
We're gonna get Mbessa.
You picked the
Now, I think Mbessa is stronger than Cassante. I think Cassante is a little bit overrated, but it's okay. This is actually fine.
And such a high
And they go
skill
Sedge.
cap
Okay.
on this champion. You're scaling on into the game.
Sedge is fine. Thing about Sedge here is that there's not really a lot that counters it. You kind of opens up your top lane pool or your jungle pool. You can really play what you want here. You could pick AD here, or you could counter jungle. You do jungle AD, do jungle mid. You got a lot of stuff you can do here. They're obviously diving here. They've got Mbessa, Sejuani. They're diving slash looking for picks here. All right. You've actually already got a disengaged champion here. So if you wanted to go full disengage, that's cool. You can go full disengage with poke slash front to back. That's completely fine. Let's see what we do here.
Stop dashing around. The W shield.
Let's see.
On a
Now, I'm purposely putting it at this point because I know what happens. We're going to hover Xin Zhao here. Oh, look, we're going to hover Xin Zhao, and then we're going to switch right back to Vi. We're not scared of... We were scared of the Vi in game 1 because we banned it, and they didn't care about it. They just picked Sejuani. And then... we apparently think Vi is just broken because we hover Xin and then we decide to go Vi. And it's like, okay, so now we're saying we've recognized that our team is just better at diving. We've got a bunch of guys that are good at diving. We're just going to play dive. That's fine. It's cool because Cassante, while he is very good at diving and he's very good at frontlining, he actually doesn't have great ways to start fights, so he kind of needs other people to do it. Okay, Vi's here to start the fights. That's completely fine.
Game, but the W makes the trades in the early game.
Let's see what happens here.
Deal with at times.
Yeah.
Obviously, Conqueror.
Okay, I thought they were about to lock it in because I know they do. Oh, they go back to Xin here actually. So they hover the Xin again, and then they switch Vi last second. Wow, this is even worse because look at this.
Well, I can also appreciate
They lock in Vi,
sustain early on in the.
and it's like, okay, now everybody in the world is thinking, okay, Palafox. Well, he plays Ahri, he plays Nico, he plays Talia, he plays LeBlanc. He plays every single champion that combos with Vi. We've just locked in Vi. Everybody in the world knows that you combo Vi with one of those playmaking mid laners, Ahri and Talia and Nico. These champions, everybody fucking knows that that's what you're supposed to do here. And yet, Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do here. Well, everybody knows what they do. They lock fucking Victor. They lock Victor. What are we doing? If we wanted Victor, why did we not take Xin Zhao in front to back? Why are we taking our dive jungler with our front to back mid laner? It doesn't make any kind of sense here. It makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Like, it's actually insane that back to back, these are the draft performances. It's like, you know what? Okay, maybe you were nervous, you know, you weren't used to it, you were out of your rhythm, you'd had a long break. Let's get back into our drafting rhythm. Let's see what we do. Vi Victor? The Arcane Special? What the fuck is this, dude? Like, for real. Just go Xin Victor or go Vi Ahri / Ahri makes the most sense to me because you're safe from the Sejuani. But if you wanted to go LeBlanc or Nico or Talia, I wouldn't hate it. That's fine too. They've already got dashes. Talia looks okay. But just go Vi Ahri. Like, God himself does not know how we ended up with Vi Victor here. Or go, if you want Victor, just go Xin Victor. Like, what in the fuck is this? You're picking, and now you went from having either two really good 2v2 options to having a mediocre one. What is this? Absolutely zero synergy between your three champions, by the way. Absolutely zero synergy, by the way. Victor also is not good with Cassante, really, because Cassante separates the team, and Victor wants everybody clumped up so he can do big AoE damage. Cassante separates the team, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like it's Victor cannot help when Vi dives. Like, there's zero synergy in these champions. Like, what in the world are you doing?
Pick up the Vi
on the ulti, the backline, and best.
Oh my god! And then, well, okay, they get Azir. Wow, they're like, wait a minute, they're just trolling. We can just pick Azir here.
See what take away that safe option.
They just go for a champ that can kind of do everything. Makes perfect sense here. Safe from Vi. Safe from, obviously you're going to have a slightly winning lane here from Victor, but it's like, okay, Azir is very good into the other two champions, and it's not like terrible in this mid lane matchup. Like, okay, we're banning Ezreal Bard, and we're banning Ezreal now because we're diving, we've got Vi, except you're not diving because you have fucking Victor and Cassante, who Cassante is a decent diver, but you have fucking Victor here.
Azir, plain surprise.
Palafox is playing Victor. Just like, you could have just locked Kai'Sa. You could, if you were like, okay, we want to commit to the dive and you didn't want to show mid lane, you could just lock Kai'Sa. You could have just locked. Oh my god, you could have locked the Ezreal if you wanted. Like, this is completely insane. This is actually insane what's happened here.
There's a lot of champions that are actually very viable, and
then we go Caitlyn. And they're like, okay, we'll just go Jhin, and we'll just completely outrange you. We'll be able to set up our CC here.
Even though they're...
Dude. And then we have Maokai. And then they go Nico. And then once again, let's look back. Wow. Somehow we once again ended up with losing bot, losing top, and a mid jungle that's not even winning. Like in what world? Like, it's slightly winning, but barely. Like, how did you do this? Back-to-back games. Back-to-back games, you have committed some of the worst draft sins in the world. You've got Caitlyn here, who wants to be winning lane, but it's not like you blinded somebody who can win lane with her. No, you went with Maokai, and then they just counter with Nico, and then all of a sudden you can't win lane. Wow. And so now, you've once again put yourself in a situation where your only winning lane is slightly mid lane. Back-to-back you've done this. And then, you don't even have a winning team fight outside of the lanes. So you've once again just completely screwed you. You have to team fight again. But you have a homeless Vi who nobody can really dive with her quickly. You've got a homeless Caitlyn who can't apply any kinds of damage, but at the same time can't get her leads early like she wants to. Cassante is slightly homeless too, and Victor as well. The champions don't work together at all. The closest thing that works together is Maokai and Victor, sort of. But even then, not really, because Maokai pushes people around anyway. Like, I cannot believe this, man. Oh my god. Clearly they were scared of Rakan as well. Just lock the Rakan early. You could have gone Vi Rakan here. Like, I'm just...
That if you get a...
It feels... Well,
and then look at this. Oh my god. And then this.
Just kind of trail and trying...
Where is it?
They have not spotted to go get those...
Where is... Yes. And then we have the interview from the man himself, who's just basically... ruined 2 games back-to-back. And maybe it was partially the players that drafted, because sometimes that happens. With some teams, the players are doing the draft. And in which case, My apologies, Reven. It's not you. But in this interview,
I did want to ask you, Coach, going into facing FlyQuest
you
in the
talk
second
about
match,
how
what it's like to draft in Fearless with
yeah,
such a short turnaround
man,
time in these best of threes.
You just need to react very well. What are the
you need to react very well. What are the priority
so
champions? You need to react very well. What are the priority champions? You did neither of those things. You did both those things terribly today.
What is up next? Try to secure the...
What is up next? Oh, apparently what's up next is Caitlyn Maokai bot lane and Vi Victor mid jungle. Like, what in the world? You hovered Xin Zhao and then swapped to Vi and then paired it with Victor. Like, how in the world did you come up with this plan? Please.
Those, and then try to build a comp around those that have been picked in the first rotation.
Map.
Open-minded and matter.
And then he goes in and says, because I was just saying,
advantageous yet, because obviously they're...
I was just saying, maybe it's the players. And then he comes in and goes,
they're the previous champions, and they have all very strong...
And he basically comes in and says, we're scared of them, but luckily my team listens to me. That's what he says here.
Is as good and like tight playing as FlyQuest on the map.
I wouldn't know if the extent is advantageous yet, because obviously they're the previous champions, and they...
Yeah, I wouldn't know if it's advantageous because they're the previous champions. So we're scared as shit of them. What? You have three champions on your team, and your support beat Korea at Worlds in a best of 5. What? Why did you assemble this roster if you're not trying to win? Like, actually, why did you assemble this roster of 0 rookies if you don't think you can beat FlyQuest with it? Like, actually, what were you doing? Like, this is the roster you assembled of 0 rookies, 0 young and up-and-coming talent, and now you're coming in saying, well, we're scared of them because they're the previous champions. What in the world is this? Like somebody needs to be, like, held accountable for this garbage. And then you go,
strong players, but I think our players also have not only their individual skill level, they're very open-minded in matters of practicing champs.
They're very open-minded
and they're very
in the matters of practicing champs, what is good and what is bad. I want to push back on every single point you just said because it's clear that they are too open-minded because they're letting you give them garbage. And clearly they're not telling you what they think because they must think that this is garbage. Because back to back, you have given them garbage. If it's true that they're open-minded about what's good and what's bad, and that they're letting you dictate what champions are being given, then this is an atrocity, and like you should be fined or something. Like I'm not saying your job should be going after one series, but holy shit, this is like as a player, you need to believe in your coach. But how can you when he literally throws the game back to back? He puts you in 2 horrendous situations back to back in a situation where these are must-win series, man. Lose 2 and you can be out. Like, what are we doing here?
Makes it easier for us to progress as a team.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah, easy to progress as a team. How can you learn anything from this? Like, you're learning so little compared to what you could be learning because you're ruining the game from draft. It's insane. Like, legitimately, if this was a scrim, I actually believe game 1 for sure, and probably this game 2, they asked for remake. This is slightly better than game 2 because the enemy is not on their absolute best champions, but quite literally, it would have been a remake at 15 last game in a scrim, or it should have been. And I actually think you shouldn't be remaking in scrims mostly because you want to learn how to play the later parts of the game. But it should have been because you completely ruined the game from draft. And then again, we're just ruining the game. We've got 5 basically homeless champions that don't work together well at all, and no winning matchups except for slightly mid lane.
Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll throw it back to the game so you can also watch your players. Thank you so much.
It's like actually insane. Like, I cannot believe this. I would have, you can't refuse the interview, but dude, you should have refused the interview. You should have just been like, hey, I'm not doing it today. I've just ruined back-to-back games. I'm not about to go up there and make a fool out of myself because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for everybody involved. Like, this is embarrassing for me watching. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment here. This is great. And we're going to see what happens in the game. Look. Look at this. The game's going fine. Okay, this is fine. It's already going better than it was before. I mean, this is completely crazy that they don't.
I don't think it's going to be in time to challenge here. So
that Contracts doesn't walk his bot lane back is so
Was
crazy
just
that they lose
trying
both
to
sums
see,
here.
okay, can I actually step forward? Can I make them come
This is
off
really
that
insane.
dragon by the time for
Like,
Quad to get
I don't
back?
know-
Because if he had been able to do that, maybe
He clearly has no idea where Sedge is, I guess. He must think Sedge is in his top side. But this is crazy. And then they lose both sums. Like, that, man, you have 4 people bot, and your bot lane just lost 2 sums. Because, again, you've got losing bot lane because you went with Maokai Caitlyn.
And the first Drake, level 6 on the
But your losing bot lane doesn't even outscale them. It's just insane.
This does mean that he has that extra spell vamp like
Okay.
we were talking about earlier. Brutalizer's a great early purchase to be able to secure at least the one, and he does get it.
You know what? This is looking pretty good.
Jumping in, forcing the
This
flash
is a
over
little
the
bit
wall by
unlucky. I
Inspired.
think
Fudge
this was
does have
played
the ability
overall
to go
okay.
all out.
I see the
Inspired
vision for all of this.
slows him down, keeps him stoppable yet
So
again.
even-
Quad coming up.
so
Whippo's
even though he
also
dies,
here.
but look
Fudge
at
could be
this.
in some danger, but the all out also provides an escape mechanism. Whippo
But look, our team, our players that want to fight early, it's so clearly they want to fight early, right? Cassante obviously does have the early game advantage into Umbeza, but she's going to hard outscale him and just be more useful.
trying to jump in on top
Because the
of him,
champ's
finds some
broken.
quick damage.
Look, this is all played. I'm going to slow this down, actually, because this is actually played, this is played pretty well. We're going to play this, slow this down a little bit.
Here at the very beginning, Inspired
See, I don't want to, I hate watching shit slow down. I'm just going to pause it if I need.
locks him up, but he goes unstoppable yet again.
Okay, wow. Boom, look at this. Now, imagine right here, if our Victor was fucking Ari. How over is this fight? Ari, we kill this guy, now they have no damage. This guy's never getting away from Ari.
Whippo jumping in, but
Oh, look at this. Exactly what I said. Cassante kidnaps the guy, and all of a sudden he's out of Victor ult, and he's dealing no damage because we paired Victor with Cassante Vi, and now this is the 3v3 that we have. Can you imagine if this was Ari? Can you imagine if this was LeBlanc right now? It could have been Nico. It could have been Talia. It could have been any of those champions. Ari obviously being the best one. Like,
now he might
dude,
be in a little bit of
what
danger
are we
too.
doing?
Nice shuffle. Comes out as
And now we lose 3v3, and now the game's over.
And it's first blood over to FlyQuest. Palafox and Contracts.
Wow, and now our completely winning position is losing because, once again, we're completely ruining our game from draft. Like, it's so insane. Like,
Pathmaker.
Wow, imagine this. Just imagine. This game is fucking over, dude. They literally won the game right here if this is Ari. If this champion is Ari right here, the game is already over. The game's over.
Here at the very beginning, Inspired locks him up, but he goes unstoppable.
The game is quite literally over.
Yet again,
Boom.
here with
Hit by Q, charm, full Ari combo. If he gets kidnapped, Ari follows. Boom. He dies. Then they kill Azir or whoever.
Pathmaker.
The game is over. Inspired is homeless here. Can you imagine?
Now he might be in a little bit of danger too. Nice shuffle. Comes out as Quad lays down the.
I actually can't believe this. And now the game is just insanely hard.
Rub there, and they're taking
Win in the 3v3.
Oh, look at our bot lane. This is our bot lane. Caitlyn Maokai that we've come up with.
They
Getting
nearly
smashed
another
again.
kill down here.
gonna lose.
Why
this
did we
whole
pick blue
wave,
side again?
But it's
What-
gonna
what-
be B-Boy
What was blue side for? Our Cassante first pick?
down about 2 full waves, and they lost that plate. And that's not really
Because the Cassante's been
position
okay,
Caitlyn wants
except
to
we're
play.
pairing it with completely garbage champions.
You want to be staying back, utilizing the range stack.
Yeah, my bad, says Fudge. I mean, in a way, yes, but also your coach ruined everything for you.
Teams that much.
Item that when you're
And that here's ready to join up. Fudge now in some danger, and there's your
Like-
glacial Prid.
Dude, I mean, this is like bad, but it's like whatever.
Is in
Like, I don't even.
against each other.
swap down towards bot side.
You've got to let your players have the confidence to make the plays, but dude,
He wasted steals already complete for Inspired as well.
like, how is our region ever going to get better if this is the garbage we're seeing in stage games? Who cares about a best of 3? Let's just throw the games out. What does it matter? We're just ruining our games from draft.
So difficult to actually be able to trade even with.
I guess
the
FlyQuest
champion
are too
once
good, especially when you give them every single thing that they want and draft completely losing comps in them both games. I mean, it's just
Exactly. So if
just
you don't know
embarrassing,
how,
man.
You're getting slowed. You're constantly to his bot side. They're going to look for a fight.
Yeah, Fudge this time the one who's got the extra power. Whoa, that was a bit of a yo-yo, but it looks like Whippo's not going to have a good time.
Like, okay, they
anyway.
figured out they can just pick this guy. Nice play.
It looks like the objectives
Now they get the
secured
dragon.
by
Except they lose
Grubs, but of course
dragon.
They don't get credit for that first 2 grubs that they got. And Contracts is trying to take dragon out on his bottom side. Lucio looking to push him off.
Okay, Maokai LT.
Yeah,
shot
oh yeah, they
out,
get it.
Infernal
Yeah.
Drakes.
And no
Yeah,
turrets to
like
find those
they're
long
still in an
range.
okay spot. Like, imagine if they had just won the top side skirmish and gotten the grubs, they would win this
Ages
fucking
sometimes,
game.
And you want to be able to throw that
Wow, Caitlyn down 20 CS.
Down, force someone.
Ultimate, whatever.
Really glad we picked this champion, by the way.
LeBlanc,
Yeah.
right?
We could have gone Zyra Khan first rotation too. We could have done that.
Things can be used to block those
They'd shown double melee. We really could have just gone Zyra Khan first rotation again into Ambessa plus Sejuani. Could have done that.
Slow-moving things that can really otherwise have some disastrous consequences.
Instead, we went Vi Victor,
that he wanted
the
in
worst
lane,
combo of
and
all
with-
time.
Is going to be spun back towards lane. And
And you know what's the worst? They never even make any like they're not using this Maokai to make plays. They're not moving them around. They're not trying to get advantages in this lane using Vi ganks. They're not doing any of that shit.
never
Like,
being able to grab the
and now that's the other thing. Oh my god! In this game, now we're playing for bot. Now we're playing for top lane. Like
those last
now we're playing for
couple CS they
Cassante
got in
carry.
the tower.
I mean,
Dude.
it's almost a 3,500.
But you know what? You can't play for mid into Vi Ari roam around because you picked Victor.
Gold lead just 14 minutes into the game.
3 kills.
It's
leave the
just
Towers,
insane.
We're going to throw. You got the feed a bit, but
So far, turret, but quad, inspire.
3 very
Like they're
go.
actually fighting okay.
Team and boost.
It's going to be tough here. Winning out in the individual.
We'll see. Even take turn.
Like even down this much gold, when they get in fights, they're playing them pretty well. That's the worst part.
Carries. You know, Harold's going to get summoned.
Ooh,
But,
nicely
like-
done there from Fudge, trying to lock Whippo up underneath the tier 2 turret, but it doesn't work because Whippo's able to make some distance, get himself away to safety. Masu jumped on by Zazel, but Masu
Wow,
also flashing
but we
out with
can't
a
follow
pop-off
because we have
defensively
Victor,
used by Busio to protect
who has
the
to now
exit
front to
of
back, so we can't dive these characters. Imagine if we had Ari.
FlyQuest.
Interesting.
It was a little dicey, but critically they stay alive.
Block. Inspire. Where
It's just now a slow
Exactly
burn.
what you're talking about. It's not a traditional.
And you don't even have any real divers with the Vi, so you can't even really make plays. Oh my god. It's
Full
just
tank, it's more of a
it's
drain tank.
just
I will
insane
say,
that this is.
you know, if you the edge and I think.
Whip up the Otacon that has not reached to try to escape now. The Glacial Prison won't find him. He tries to re-engage,
Busio.
instead gets caught. Busio with the slam onto 2.
Like
Whippo
look at
none,
this
but
actually.
it's Shopify
Like they
with control
actually
of
play the
Otacon
fight
that
pretty
has
well.
not reset. 5,000
But they're
HP
down
objective.
5K gold.
Shopify's got to be careful. Whippo again going to be the target. Knocked back by the Intofo strikes. Whippo.
Like, Whippo just
finally
dies.
follows. Palafox takes the kill, but
Okay, I don't know what Valbox was doing with his ult here. I don't know why he let it
Tracks
go
out
all
to
the
try
way
to
over there.
escape now. The Glacial Prison
That's
won't
pretty
find
troll.
him. He tries to re-engage,
Busio.
instead gets caught. Busio
But
with the
but
slam.
again, Palafox Victor. Victor's broken, but Palafox for his entire career has been better on these playmakers than these control mages.
Onto 2, a double kill back over to quad. Whipple the only
And
one
wow.
on FlyQuest,
This Caitlyn, once again homeless, can't do
and
anything.
they've turned it right around.
It's so cringe, man.
Have
It's
nothing
so
left to
fucking
say with
crazy.
a triple kill over to quad, and another team fight for FlyQuest.
And the game's the
It's a
game's over.
massive win
There's
there.
no point watching any more of this. It's like I almost feel defeated. Like like there needs to be some kind of a statement, some kind of a something that says, "Hello, we at Shopify Rebellion apologize for that atrocity of a set we just put forward. This was the very first match of the new LTA split, and we completely ruined it for the viewers, for the fans of our teams, for the neutrals. For every player involved, we ruined it and we are sorry." And we sincerely apologize and promise that in future games we will have some integrity and care about the product we're putting out for all of our future matches. And then maybe it'll get better. I don't know. But this garbage cannot go on any longer. Fucking, I don't, dude. If this is this Shopify roster, I was actually somewhat interested in, but you can't overcome the garbage that I saw today. You can't. Nobody could. And I mean, obviously you can, but you can't. You're never going to beat FlyQuest if you're letting them gap you that hard in draft. It's just never going to happen. Maybe Reven can't do fearless draft. He's talking about what's next up. Just make sure you're putting together a good comp, bro, because clearly you can't do that. Clearly, we've just seen twice you can't do that. You can't get yourself good lane positions. You can't get yourself a good draft. You can't get yourself a good team comp. You can't give your team a game plan that makes sense, that can actually win them a game. Once again, you've got a comp with no game plan. I don't know. Hope you all enjoyed this match more than I did, and the rest of the games. Probably put out a video talking about them soon. But I just had to talk about this garbage. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.